Welcome to today's presentation. We're talking about incentive marketing and incentive ads, and you guys have probably heard about incentive marketing. You've probably seen some people posting. You've probably seen some agents talking about incentive campaigns. You've probably seen some different companies out there advertising their incentive programs and how people are generating leads, but you may not be 100% sure what it all means and how to make sense of it all. So back in April, I actually launched a program called the Lead Engine, and that's at www.ultimateleadengine.com. And I built a program around this incentive software that a buddy of mine created. So when he showed me the program, I immediately knew it was going to be a hit. I was like, this is fantastic. However, I knew that some people would struggle being able to utilize the incentives because there's been so many changes on Facebook. And if you guys have followed me for any amount of time, you know that I've been talking a lot about targeting, and also just released a new program. Actually haven't released it, it's coming out today, Target Masters Pro, specifically to help people with targeting, because targeting has been a huge issue on social media, Facebook in particular. We've lost hundreds and hundreds of targeting measures, losing all of the third-party reporting data, a lot of which directly affected us. You know, we can't even go in and target homeowners now. And a lot of insurance agents who are on this call, most, carriers, if you're a captive agent anyway, you want homeowners, right? And we can't target homeowners anymore. So we have to find new and creative ways to generate leads. And so we've actually been using incentives for quite a while, finding different ways to reach the customer base, to entice them to give us their information and to request a quote. And one of the ways that we started doing that was through incentive campaigns. And we've got a lot of pushback when we first started this and we first came out with it. Anytime I ever teach a strategy, I always test it. Long before anybody knows about it, myself and Doug, we've got separate ad accounts that are what I call our R&D accounts for testing new ad strategies. I get hit up every day of, have you ever done this? And I'm like, no, I haven't. Let me try it. Let's just see what's there. So, there's tons and tons of different industries that I have tested and run ads for. And I always make sure that anything I teach is something that I know works. If I haven't tested it and proven it, and I've got a beta group, they know that together we're testing it, right? So typically the way that I operate is I'll test some campaigns to see first if we can get leads, and then the next phase is let's get a beta group. Now that I know I can get leads, we have to find out how good the leads are, and then we'll fine tune the ads to make sure that the leads are converting, because leads are one thing, conversions are an entirely different thing, right? And so now that we've been using incentives for about a year, and I've got a long-standing history of success now with a particular incentive program that I want to share with you guys. I want to kind of help you wrap your mind around incentive marketing, incentive advertising, to at least get your feet wet and give you some examples and help you understand why I like incentives and how they've been able to help. So as Facebook has continued to rise, increase the cost of what we look at is the CPM, which is the cost per thousand. That's sort of the key metrics of understanding how much it costs to advertise on a particular platform. And Facebook has increased, I think, year over year for over the last 12 months, 176%. If you look back over the last 3 years, it's nearly 300, maybe a little over 300%. Just to show your ad. And that's a variable that we as marketers cannot control. We can't control the cost of the traffic. The only thing that we can do to keep our lead costs down is to come up with new and creative ways to reach the customer, increase our conversions, and increase the value proposition to drive leads. So that we've had to do a lot of changing in our programs at the Agency Alliance, and for all of the different digital products that we put out, from the quote engine to the insurance university to even on Doug's side of thing. Doug's on the call as well. He handles all of the managed services. So we've got a lot of clients on the agency side that don't want to run their own campaigns, and they want us to run them. So in a nutshell, if you don't know anything about me, that's what we do. We help market and lead generate for primarily in the insurance industry, but we also work in the real estate and mortgage industry. And I've taken coaching clients who have coaching businesses and they sell digital products. And I've worked in the automotive industry. We've done work with people who have books, like authors and CPAs, dentists, chiropractors, moving companies, you name it. I have run campaigns for them, solar companies. So we've got quite a lot of experience. Literally generated hundreds of thousands of leads and tens of millions of dollars in revenue for our customers with our ad campaigns. And I really like incentive campaigns right now. This is where I think the focus needs to be if you're generating leads or marketing on Facebook. So I'm going to tell you and get into why that is. So first, we have to discuss what is incentive advertising, what is incentive marketing. So an incentive program is a formal strategy that's used to promote and encourage specific actions or behavior by a specific group of people during a defined period of time. It's often used in business to incentivize employees, customers, or prospects to take specific actions. So notice this is a very action-oriented advertising strategy, right? So, within advertising, there's a couple of different arms in advertising. You've got marketing and you've got branding. Incentive marketing is a function of advertising that is very action-oriented, right? So we've seen incentives. Most of you, if you work for a captive carrier, you have incentives to reach certain thresholds, certain policy counts, certain policy enforces or premiums or whatever to go on your different trips and get your pats on the backs and your plaques and whatever the case might be. Trust me, I have a handful of them sitting behind me right now. And they work, it works to have something to look forward to. Incentive advertising, specifically when we're not talking about employees or referral programs or things like that, although you can use them in all those aspects, but we're going to look specifically at marketing. Incentive advertising is when a user has to engage with an advertisement to receive something in value. So this model of advertising provides a high amount of traffic and a significant return on investment, right? So the big challenge when we run an ad to generate a lead is to provide some sort of a value, right? We have to write some sort of compelling ad copy that is going to entice that person to agree to enter into a sales conversation with us. And if we're being honest, that's kind of hard as an insurance agent, right? Like, what value do you really have to offer them? You can save them 15% in 15 minutes, right? Like the insurance industry is one of the top three big spenders on in advertising, period, but specifically on social media. And consumers are hit with insurance ads all day long, and every carrier claims to have the best service and the best rates and to be able to save you hundreds of dollars over this carrier and that carrier. And you've got, pick your own prices, and you've got accident forgiveness, and, one company offers it and the next company offers it. And it's really, really hard to offer value to consumers as an insurance agent, other than just really like, can I please quote you because I want to survive, right? It's tough. Trust me, I've been there. Doug's been there. Both of us, Doug still has his license, and I was a licensed insurance agent myself, and I work, 90% of my day with insurance agents. I've worked with thousands of insurance agents. I understand the struggle. And I have, over the years, I've taught, 1,500 people, 2,000 people how to generate leads on Facebook. So when we first started this deal, I was the first guy in the business teaching people how to generate leads on social media. Well, now on top of the changing environment and everything that's going on, we've also now got thousands of people who know how to do what we're talking about here. So I constantly have to innovate and find new ways. And this is one of those things that I've kept close to my paying clients and in my groups. And this is the first time I'm doing a public presentation of the sort. But when I first looked at incentive marketing, you might think of incentive marketing, with car dealerships. If you've ever gotten one of those mailers, that says scratch and win. There's $3,000 prizes, or there's 3 prizes. You scratch, and then everybody wins something, and then there's $1,000 deal, and then one person is going to win a Chevy Camaro, right? And you scratch it off, and oh wait, you won come in and get your Oriental rug, and then you walk in and it's a placemat. But the whole idea is to get you into get you onto the lot, right? Get you into the dealership. We've also seen incentives in retail with buy one get one free, these kind of things. And by and large, I think in the past, the incentive marketing, incentive advertising has really kind of had been cast in a bad light. We don't think too favorably upon incentive marketing. Some of you might right now want to check out of this webinar and say, no, I don't want any part of that. Tried that, didn't work. Maybe you've done a giveaway. Maybe you said, hey, and I remember when iPads and iPods were a big deal. Seemed like everybody was saying, hey, get a quote and get entered to win an iPod, right? And that may have not worked. Maybe you got a bunch of bad eggs, or people just interested in the iPod, right? So some of the most common reasons that when I presented, hey, we need to look at incentive marketing, the reasons I got pushback were prospects are too focused on the incentive and not the product or the service, right? Like all they want is that thing. They want that prize, and they really don't care about coming to this open house or buying this product or attending this webinar or getting a quote on their insurance or test driving the car. They really just want to get their thing, right? And so we entice the wrong type of prospect that doesn't fit our preferred customer, right? Like what kind of person goes after a free thing, right? Typically the kind of person that can't afford the thing in the first place, right? So we say that, oh, they don't have any money and they're just after this free thing, and they're willing to sit and waste my time as a sales rep to get their free thing, right? We know this, really popular in the timeshare industry, right? You come and sit down at our thing, and we'll hassle you for an hour, try to sell you a timeshare, and if you can survive that, we'll give you a buffet or a free night, and by then you don't even want to go back to that place because you just were beaten to hell over the last hour and a half at their stupid presentation. It costs too much money, right? Like to give an incentive, you got to provide the incentive, right? You have to buy it. So if you're going to give away $1,000, well, now your campaign costs $1,000 on top of whatever it's going to cost to get that $1,000 giveaway in front of your audience, right? So it adds to the customer acquisition cost. And then, like I said, you waste valuable sales time with non-qualified prospects, right? If any of you can agree with that, feel free to type in and say, yeah, that's my experience. Has anybody had an experience like that where, you're like, shit, yeah, so tell me what's good about these again? So those are the reasons that most people have pushback. And I will tend to agree with you on most of these up to this point, up to technology coming into play. This is before we had the advances in targeting that we have today with platforms like Google and Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram, all right? So what Harvard psychologists say about incentive ads. Incentives are a version of what psychologists call extrinsic motivators. They do not alter the attitudes or underline our behaviors, right? That's important. Incentives are what psychologists call extrinsic motivators, and they do not alter the attitudes that underline our behaviors. They do not create an enduring commitment to any value or action. Rather, incentives temporarily change what we do. So you might hear that and say, well, yeah, that sucks. That's exactly why I don't like incentives, right? But this is actually the exact reason that incentives work. The last sentence is so important. Rather, incentives temporarily change what we do. All right. So the whole purpose and why incentives are so important and why they're so effective is because they temporarily change what we do. So by offering an incentive, you're not going to change anybody's attitude about your product or service. You're not going to change their if you're an auto insurance agent. I'm going to give you an example here of auto insurance. If you run an incentive campaign and you're giving away, say, I don't know, a pair of cowboy tickets to if people get a quote, you're going to put them in a drawing to give away 2 Cowboys tickets. Sorry if you're not a Cowboys fan. I live in Dallas, and that's America's team. So today we're going to be Cowboys fans. You're giving those away. And people that enter that aren't going to all of a sudden fall in love with auto insurance. They're not going to fall in love with you as the agent for giving them away. If they hate auto insurance, they're going to still hate auto insurance. But the key is that we're going to temporarily change what they do. We're going to get them to give you a chance. And as a salesperson, that's the hardest part of our job, is to get the person to give us an opportunity to talk. What we're going to be able to do is temporarily change what they do, which is avoid insurance agents or avoid open houses or avoid getting on webinars or whatever. We're going to temporarily change that. And we're now going to get our foot in the door, and we're going to get an opportunity to change their mind. We're going to get an opportunity to dig into those problems and find out why they don't like insurance, or find out, what it is that they hate about their carrier, or what it is that they like about their carrier, more importantly, and then how you can do that better. You're going to get an opportunity that you wouldn't have had in the absence of the incentive that's tied to that campaign. And that's the most powerful piece of the whole thing. And that's what, if you will understand that when it comes to incentive marketing, if you will understand that single sentence, it will change the way that you think about this and the way that you and your sales team approach incentive campaigns. If you go back to a couple screens and you think about the time wasted, you're getting people who can't afford the thing, all they want is the thing and they don't want the service. And that's the attitude that you bring into the sales conversation. There's no wonder you haven't had any luck with your vendor booths and your giveaways and, calling the 600 people. In fact, Doug just came back from an event. I'm sure he'll share that with us, where he got hundreds of leads, people to fill out information in exchange to get a thing, whether it was a squeeze ball or $1,000, it doesn't matter, but they filled out a thing to enter to win. And now they've got to call those people back. And if they go into with the attitude of all they want is that thing, I'm wasting my time, it's going to resonate in the conversation and you're going to feel miserably. But if you will understand that on a subconscious and psychological level, we're not trying to change their mind. We just need them to give us a chance. We just need them to temporarily change what they do. And then as a good salesperson, when we enter that sales conversation, we will then change their mind. All right, so let's look at the pros and cons one more time. The prospect is focused on the incentive, not the product or service. This was true before the advances of social media targeting. Now we're able to match the incentive with people who are interested in both the incentive and the product or service, which create a perfect storm. So no longer are you sending out a postcard to 50,000 addresses, hoping that somebody gives a shit that you have a free Chevrolet to give away. But what if you could send out a mailer to people who specifically wanted or were in the market for a Chevrolet, and then you offered that incentive? All of a sudden, and you also knew they were interested in buying a car, and specifically a Chevy, and then you sent out a giveaway to say, hey, scratch this and you might win exactly what you've been looking for, right? So what if you could target people that are interested in auto insurance or life insurance, or people that are shopping for homes currently, but also like this thing, they like this team, they like this vacation spot, they like this, whatever it is that you have. What if you can find people who like both of those things? Now all of a sudden you've got a really effective ad. So you entice the wrong type of prospect, a prospect that doesn't fit our preferred customer. See the above answer, right? Cost too much money, add to the customer acquisition. See the above answer, right? Waste valuable sales time with non-qualified prospects. See the above answer. Here's 10 examples that have worked really well. All right. What we found is that experience works. Experience, vacations, experiences that people would they get to engage in. They call us those born after 1980. They call it the experience generation. With social media and Instagram, everybody is so worried about being able to post pictures of the places they're at and the vacations they're on and this high life that they live and the fancy restaurants they attend. And, everybody wants to look like they're, millionaires, and they live in this utopian society that everything they do is just this lavish life of luxury, right? So they like to go to say that, hey, I've got money to go to an NBA game or a baseball game or a soccer game or college sports, and they'll spend as much time taking pictures and Snapchats and checking in to show everybody where they're at, that oftentimes they really miss the game in the first place. But things like Disney on Ice, country music festivals, rock concerts, cover bands are really good ones. But the most effective, hands down, is travel and vacation experiences. People want to be places. So that's to say, I wouldn't use gift cards. If you run incentive campaigns and you've done a $50 gift card, or you've done a gas card, or you've done an electronic goods, things like iPads, iPods, these types of things don't work. What works are incentives that are experience based, things that they wouldn't get to do otherwise, things that they wouldn't normally do, but that they have interest in. So maybe you're running a life insurance campaign. Would it be fair to say that somebody that is interested in life insurance and has kids might also be interested in Disney on Ice, right? Maybe you got a Disney on Ice coming up in your area. Giving that away and tying that to somebody who has already shown interest in life insurance, just because they like Disney on Ice doesn't make them any less qualified as a life insurance candidate. If they're married, they have kids, they're dual income, they're in the area that you work, you can target in, the jobs that they hold. Maybe your perfect customer is 35 or older, married, 2 kids that are in school, that own homes, that live in certain zip codes, that work in the medical industry. All of those things true, and then you can also add on the Disney on Ice. Do you think because you added Disney on Ice that those people that met all those other characteristics are no longer qualified now? The data shows that it doesn't. It shows that they're just as qualified. And in fact, you've now reached them and met them on a level that has caught their interest and given them the incentive and the reason to go ahead and have the life insurance conversation because they were already interested in it in the first place. And now you're giving them something, an experience that they were also interested in. So the experience generation. So for many millennials, which is a group born between 1980 and 2000, owning a home is actually a distant dream. Large number have passed on the traditional rite of passage of adolescence and chosen not to learn to drive cars. While they seem to still share the passion of their predecessors of Generation X for music, in spite of the well-documented vinyl revival, sales of actual record products have dropped off of a cliff, which begs the question, what exactly are millennials spending their cash on? And guys, millennials are the generation that you need to be focused on. It's the largest generation walking the planet today. They have the most buying power. Baby boomers are conservative. They're staying with what they have. They're very risk adverse. The idea of these guys switching investments or insurance, and a lot of times they're not buying houses anymore. They're in their 60s. They're settling in. But the millennials are getting married. They're having kids. They've finished college. They're starting their careers. That's the generation that you want to grow with, and it doesn't matter what industry you're in. Millennials are where you need to be focusing your marketing efforts, unless, of course, you're doing final expense policies, and we've proven incentives work for those as well. Good news for the baby boomers, if you're looking at the 55 and older, that's actually the fastest growing segment on Facebook right now, and they're the highest converting age demographic for most campaigns that we're running, and we can get into that on another call. But a study by Airbnb conducted in September and October of 2016 among those 18 to 35 in the United States, UK, Canada, highlighted 2 key trends. First, that travel has become an all-consuming passion for the YOLO generation. You only live once, which is deeply embedded in the group's self-perception, and consequently, they will prioritize it. People will spend money on vacations before they buy a house. They will drive a shitty car as long as they can post a good photo on Instagram. Experience and travel is where it's at. And coincidentally, travel is the #1 targeting filter on Facebook. There are more ways to target travelers on Facebook than any other targeting filter in the system. Same goes for Google and Instagram as well. So let me just give you an example. All right. So maybe we're targeting your customers. How does this look? So what I did was I looked at a system that I use, and we've got a no obligation quote on auto insurance to receive a bonus Branson getaway. All right. So if we're going to give away a Branson trip for somebody to give to let us do a quote, the intelligent thing to do is look up the people that visit Branson, Missouri. Who goes to Branson? Well, here's some statistics from the Visitors Bureau. 21% of visitors went there, was their first time. 36 were families. 64% were adults. 78 that traveled via personal vehicle. That's really important, and I'll show you why. But 78% of people that go to Branson do so in their vehicle. 7.5% by air. 44% travel to Branson via RV. The average adult age is 59.2. Average party size was 3.8. The amount they spent was $916 per trip. Average stay was 4.3 days. Average number of shows seen was 3. 15% came from 100 miles or less. 28 from 100 to 300. 27 from 300 to 650, and 30 from 650 miles away. This was all really, really important information. And guess what? We can target every one of these in Facebook. We can use each and every one of these statistics to target our perfect customer and to give this trip away. So what we're going to do is we're going to find people that will give us an auto quote and are also interested in Branson. So in order to find people that are interested in Branson, we have to come over and look at these statistics. Now, would you say that your perfect customer, would your perfect customer fall as somebody that's age 59? If somebody, 44% of them have an RV or camper, that means that they have money, right? RVs are not cheap to just sit around, right? That means they travel. They spend $1,000. That means they've got some additional cash. 78.5 traveled by personal vehicle. So that's important to know, because if we're going to target people, we got to know that it's not going to be a good idea then to target traffic in New York to give away a Branson vacation, because most of them drove. And then we even know how far they came from. So now we can use this to set our geographic targeting. So we can say, I'm going to target people that are this age, that are interested in this place, that live in this geographic region, and then ask them to give an auto quote, right? So what does that look like? So here's what we did. We did targeted everybody in Missouri, and you could go further than that because it said 650 miles. So you could probably get some of these other states around here and target people there. So maybe you're in Missouri, maybe you're in some of these surrounding states. All of those would work, and you'd be able to find a solid population of people that were interested in Branson. All right. So I did 35 to 65. So we've got 35 to 65 people who live outside. I excluded Branson and the 50 miles around it, right? Because we don't want to target people in Branson to give away Branson, right? We know that they come from out of town, but we also know that they drive. So I don't want to run this nationwide. And then we found people who are interested in vehicle insurance. Guys, Facebook is really, really smart at what they do. That this thing called a Facebook Pixel tracks everything that you do. If you have a messenger downloaded on your phone, they track every message. They know your cell phone number. They know every website that you've been to. They know all the comments that you've made. They know the conversations that you've had. They know, places that you've, if you've gone on the airlines and you've searched destinations, they know where you've searched. If you've gone to insurance websites, they know that you've done that. They know which website you went to. They know if you've got a quote. So when you say that they're interested in vehicle insurance, you can bet your ass they're interested in vehicle insurance, and must also match interest in Branson, Missouri. So we're going to find people that are 35 and older that are interested and have probably recently poked around or follow an insurance page. At some level, they're interested in vehicle insurance, but they're also interested in Branson, Missouri. And there's some other targeting things that I could put in here. I could put Branson vacations, I could put RVs and things like that, but I just went with these two, and what we found is 22,000 people. That's a really, really good audience. We've got 22,000 people that we can market to that are interested in vehicle insurance quotes and interested in Branson. And we're going to give these people a trip to Branson. And guess what? The trip is going to be 3 days and 4 nights. What was the average stay? 4.3 days. It's exactly what they want. Do you think that thing's going to convert? 1,000% it's going to convert. And is it going to make them like or change their underlying behaviors as it results pertains to vehicle insurance? No. But what it's going to do is it's going to give you the opportunity to talk to these people, get into the sales conversation, and give you a captivated audience who is not just interested in Branson, but is also interested here. So you're going to have somebody that you're going to have a good sales conversation with, and the conversion rate of these leads is ridiculously cheap. We've ran these giveaway ads to the same exact audience. So we've done giveaway ads, for example, to people who worked at Lockheed Martin, using this very Branson trip. People that worked at Lockheed Martin, right? We chose that employer because it was a large employer and they have really good paying jobs, probably people that have good credit. We spent $40 on that and we got 7 leads. Then when we added the Branson giveaway to the same exact target audience, we got 26 leads for the same $40. We increased our conversion by 400%, and we ended up closing 23% of the leads versus 12% on the first time around. So we doubled our conversion with the same ad spend. All right, and this is time and time and time again. It doesn't matter what you're doing. When you use these principles, it works. You can apply them however you want. And in the ultimateleadengine.com program, we have probably 50 different examples using these strategies, a massive ad vault that you can use and just literally plug into this and copy and paste these ads in the targeting exactly this way. I've already done all the research, as you can see, to know which giveaways to use, what they're going to be best used for. It's crazy, right? Consumer shifts in value. Consumers are shifting their expenditures from goods to experiences. We talked about that, right? So this is from McKinsey and Company, and you can see what experience-related services have done over the last couple of years, right? That's where people's value is shifting. So you want to provide value. That doesn't necessarily mean value in a consultative sales approach or value in saving them money on insurance, but do you think that price is going to be it's going to be as a sensitive topic if you're giving them exactly what they want in terms of the Branson vacation? Oh man, well, I can justify an extra $3 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month. So you don't even have to be less expensive anymore. You're getting more opportunities to talk to people. Your ad dollars are going, 3, 4, 500% farther. For the same ad budget on other avenues such as, purchase leads or live transfers or whatever you're doing, leads that with these types of campaigns are averaging between $2 and $3 a piece. I've seen them as low as 50, 60, 70 cents, just depending. And this is for life insurance. This is Medicare insurance. This is health insurance. This is auto, home. This is real estate. This is open houses. This is digital products. This is, appointments. This is test drives. This is dental offices. It doesn't matter. It works. And I'll show you how we're using it, because you might say, well, fuck, man, getting a Branson vacation's expensive, right? So how can you afford that? And that's the beautiful thing about this. Like I said, we've been doing incentives for a long time, but I can tell you, Doug, how much did you spend on those Luke Bryan tickets when you bought those front row tickets?
I mean, they weren't horrible. I want to say off the top of my head, we had a discount too with them for, I don't know, something else that we had signed up for. We got like some kind of discount with Ticketmaster. And so we got them for like 30% off too, but I think we spent like for a pair of tickets. It was like 380, I want to say, somewhere right
380.
around there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was under $400.
and so he's got $300, call it, before he even launches the ad. He's got $300 in it, right? But the result was he got 800 leads, 800 people, because it ended up being a sold out show. You got 800 leads. How many leads did you get from that? How much you spent on the ads?
Yeah, that's one of the examples I have here that I was going to show. So I've got it pulled up.
Okay, we'll show them in a second.
Yeah, so if you want to wait, we can just show them.
Yeah. So, and the cool thing is that now he's got, of all those clicks and all those form fills, now he's got also an audience of people that he knows are interested in winning things. They're responsive to incentive ads. So now anytime he runs an incentive campaign, he can offer it to those people again and again and again. And now he's operating on custom audiences, which will decrease your ad cost and your increase your conversion rates. That's all stuff that we're going to be teaching in Target Master. But join adbait.com, guys. If you go there, it's going to give you the best incentive program literally I've ever seen. The reason I like it so much, all the other stuff works. All the other experiences work. But what this is it's $49 a month. There's no contracts, and you can literally give away an unlimited number of vacation vouchers to dozens of 4- and 5-star resorts. They've got Florida, they got Branson, they've got, I'll show you the whole list of them, but they've got Mexico, they've got Thailand, they've got Myrtle Beach, they've got Las Vegas, and these are legitimate deals. Like they're legit free deals. All the person has to pay is the taxes, the room taxes, which, I think off the top of my head, the last one I went to was Vegas. It was $59.80 on the taxes for 3 nights in Vegas, and it's on the Strip. It's not some bullshit hotel. Now and there's no timeshares or anything like that. Timeshare presentations. A buddy of mine, Andy Small, is the one who owns this. He also owns Book VIP Vegas, and they've been doing wholesale vacations for a long time. They own resorts all over the world, and these are basically extra rooms that are unsold that people are trying to get rented out, and so they're giving away the free vacations. Terms and conditions for each one, we'll get into all that if you decide that you want to join it. But there's also a 7-day free trial. But in addition to that, we just launched with it dining gift certificates through Dining Guru, so you can also give $100, $200, and $300 dining experiences that are good with over 100,000 restaurants, local, regional, and your big national chains. All you have to do is pay $7.95 to activate the gift card. You can pay it, or the customer can pay it. Same thing on the taxes. You can choose to pay it for the customer, or they can pay it themselves. They got 18 months to use it. There's no blackout dates. It's a legit deal, guys. It really is. And we've had an enormous amount of success in a number of industries. And like I said, ultimateleadengine.com is what I built around that. When I saw it, I knew it was going to be amazing, but I knew people were going to need to understand incentives better. I needed to test and prove the ad copies and be able to show them, hey, you don't even have to think about how to write these ads or how to use the Branson vacation. The videos are done for you, the photos, the banners, everything's done for you, the ad copy, the targeting, the screenshots, just like I showed you. Very easy step-by-step thing to follow. All right. So before we switch over to the screen share and show you some of the real live examples of some of these ads, what I'm going to do for you guys, if you will go to from today's webinar, I'm going to give you 25 proven incentive campaigns that I've used to generate leads. If you will post a takeaway on today's webinar on my Facebook page, either my personal page, just search Sean J. Mathis on Facebook. Give me a shout out, post a video testimonial or something. Give me some good words that you learned something today, or post it on my page, Agency Alliance Mastermind, or on my Selling with Sean Facebook page. If you will give me a shout out, give me a review, something that you learned today, I will give you that for free. If you post a video testimony, I will personally give you a vacation voucher or a $100 Dining Guru card at no cost, so that you can experience it for yourself. Plus, what I'm going to do is anybody that joins, that goes to joinadbait.com and you join, I'm going to give you 24 hours from today. You join in the next 24 hours, you activate a 7-day free trial. I'm going to do a free 30-day mastermind with you guys. I'm going to take you through and not charge you for the to help you get your ads set up. Now, I'm not going to give you the ultimate lead generation, and there's a lot more in there that you can use, a lot more than we'll be able to cover in a 30-day mastermind. But I'm going to do the 30-day mastermind for you guys for free, for those of you that sign up in the next 24 to 48 hours, and just send me your receipt that you activated your 7-day free trial. We're going to set up a group and take you through step by step and help you get that set up. All right, so I want to show you guys really quick just what that looks like. If I could give it to you for free, I would. It's Andy's company, so I can't give it away to you. Here's the lead engine. Here's all the information. There's 94 different lessons that walk you all the way through incentives. We've got Q&As. I'll give you landing pages. I show you other things other than just the vacations. I show you how to use Ticketmaster, StubHub type giveaways, how to set up your pages, all the Facebook targeting, Facebook advanced strategies, custom audiences. We have a full ad library that gives you tons of ad copies that we've used, banners and photos, conversion strategies, sales scripts. We give you the funnel worksheet. Where's this ad library? How to write ad copy. I'm missing my ad vault, but I was going to show you the ad vault. We've got a ton of different ads. I think there's 50 some ads. You get a private Facebook group if you buy into the lead engine with other. I think there's 60 or 70 other people in there. So here's all of the different ad libraries you can see. What's your home worth? Baseball ticket giveaways, pink ticket, Luke Bryant's example. How to get an appointment booked. We've got credit repair. We've got nurses. We've got insurance, auto, home, life. Here's some examples of what these look like, what the performance metrics look like. It's super easy to follow. But let me pass this over to Doug really quick because I want to show you guys what incentives do. Oh, really quick. Here's inside of AdBoost. When you go to joinadbait.com, you can see all the different categories that they have. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in. They've got pre-done videos. So this is perfect to run for your real estate partners. If you're getting leads for realtors, or you want to help them out, bring more value to realtors and loan officers, you want to dominate in that arena here. Here's open house. It's a pre-done video for you, HD video that will boost open house attendances. They got them for broker opens. And these are all done for you. Just simply download the video. You've got tons and tons of every vacation that you can possibly think of. You got the insurance for you guys if you're in the insurance industry. Where's that? Insurance. Boom. They're already done for Facebook and Instagram. They're optimized, so you can see life insurance giveaway to Cancun. For every destination and every type of insurance they have, they've got them enter to win. They've got get a quote and get one automatically, and then we've got the specific ad copy. We've got the specific targeting to use. So these give you all the resources, but then they don't have the ad copy and the targeting. That's where the ultimate lead engine comes into play. But you've also got all the banner ads that are already done. You can put these on websites, you can blog, you can use them on Instagram, Facebook, just tons and tons. Huge resource. So it's literally a turnkey deal for you that works. There's also an affiliate opportunity with it if you guys want to earn some money by signing other people up. We can get into that later as well. Doug, if you guys have any questions while Doug shares this with you guys, I will start answering the questions in the thread there. All right, Doug.
All right. So much. All right, you guys see my screen?
Yes.
You able to hear me? All right, cool.
Yep.
So I'll start with this one right here. I know Sean's talked a lot about the trip giveaways, but I want to show kind of this results pertaining specifically to a life campaign that we ran. You can see it was kind of paused on the weekends, and it was, there was a few, kind of a break there where the agent was on vacation that we had it paused well. but you can kind of see the results here over the course of, since mid-June to kind of beginning of October here. So, 3.5 month span, 209 leads came in at an average cost of $6.04 a lead. I know for a fact from talking to this agent that he closed 33% of these leads were closed over that span. And so, that's a good closing ratio. And he closed right around 68 of them total. And specifically in the month of September, out of those that he closed, he was able to close $22,000 in premium off of those leads. So these results here are, it's not like Sean was saying, it's not just, the traditional mindset of, oh, well, they just want to win a trip. Like, these are people, because of the way that the targeting's done, also targeting the product that they're interested in. It allows for those conversations to happen. And so I like to word it as, using incentive marketing isn't like this golden goose that's going to magically get you more volume or, more for less money, even though it will do those things. What it's going to do is it's going to start the conversation for you. It's the icebreaker to that conversation to talk about insurance, which nobody wants to talk about. It's the icebreaker to that. So that's kind of one of those ad campaigns with life insurance specific to kind of show you guys some real results with that are recent there. And then to move over here, I know the Luke Bryant tickets. So this is the ad we ran for Luke Bryant. Here, results. It ran for about a month. We ran it for, I think it ended up being like 33 days. We ran it, and in that amount of time, 855 lead forms came in at a cost of 33 cents a lead, which was absolutely crazy. I'll be honest, our closing percentage in our agency was not the best with that because we were not prepared for that kind of volume. Just absolutely not prepared. So out of the gate, our closing percentage looked really bad on those leads because you're talking over 30 days, 855 leads coming in was just a ridiculous amount for us to try to manage. That's, almost 30 leads a day that were coming in. And so, exclusive, exactly. Which the nice part about it being exclusive is that nobody else is calling them either. So the fact that we were overwhelmed, we were able to make some adjustments on the fly to account for that. And over, a 90-day span with some adjustments, we were able to get that closing percentage up. I think ultimately we ended up at about an 8% close rate on this. I would have liked to see it a lot higher if we would have been more prepared. We could have definitely done it a lot higher than that. But we still closed, 65 to 70 leads out of that in a 90-day span, which, at a total cost of, $280 spent, I'll take that all day.
Yeah.
But the nice part, like Sean said, is now we have 855 people that we can retarget. They're in our system. We can hit them with email campaigns. We can retarget them on Facebook with different, offers. They're now in our system this is a list where now when we have somebody new start, they get handed this list of people who haven't been closed and say, hey, we need you to call this list of, we'll pull 200 of them, call this list of 200, and, we need you to find 10 on there that you can quote, that'll say yes to receiving a quote. And that's kind of that's really their how we do our sales training, is just kind of throw them in the fire with some leads that we already have sitting there.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so just looking at those results, I forgot how I knew that was good, but Jesus, man, 33 cents for an exclusive lead, guys. And here's the thing: we've got so many resources for you guys. First things first is go to joinadbait.com, get set up with that because it's less expensive. You're not going to have to buy a new incentive every time. You just pay the monthly fee, and you're going to have an unlimited number of those. So you can give away 50 if you want. You can give away 50, $100 gift cards. For the dining, you can give away 50 gift certificates, 50 vacation vouchers if you want. But we've also got a PNC program, the Insurance Sales Accelerator, coming up that Doug's working on, and we'll be heading up, that will show you specifically how to use incentives to drive the auto and home leads. We've also got the Life Sales Accelerator program that shows you specifically life insurance campaigns using this strategy. But then we also have a monthly coaching for 99 bucks a month, and you can join Doug weekly to go through ad campaigns of any type that you want to look at. So it's our agency underground. It's 99 bucks a month, and any product that you buy of ours, that digital product that you need help with, that you want to get on coaching calls with Doug, you're able to do that for just 99 bucks a month, guys. And as you can see, you're talking about one policy a month pays for coaching with Doug. And to get results like this, if you're not writing, 10 to 15 new policies a week using our products and working with Doug, then you're simply not doing it. But we've also got automated systems and processes in place now to handle. This was early on. This was one of the first. This was before we had the incentive, the giveaways that he ran this. So nobody was ready for this kind of. We knew it worked, but nobody was prepared for this. But since that, what we've been able to do is develop automated email responders, text message campaigns, a very specific sales process that Doug used in his agency after this as a learning tool of how to reach out to these people and how to close and handle this many leads. This is a way that you guys can really exponentially grow your agency. There's no reason with strategies like this and the ability to generate literally hundreds and hundreds of leads for pennies on the dollar. There's no reason that you shouldn't be writing $1 million in new business premium. Guys, I did $1 million in new business premium my first year in the business, and only 6 months of that was with Facebook. And I can tell you that 60% of that $1 million of premium came in 2012 when Facebook opened up paid ads. It's a game changer, guys. It's also very expensive and very costly to go and do it yourself and screw it up. The average cost per thousand today is about $33 per 1,000 impressions. Whereas back in the day, you used to be able to get, CPMs of like $2 and $3 and $5 per 1,000. So it's gone up, 5, 10 times what it was just a few years ago. And it's only getting more expensive. It's only getting more competitive. And that's why we're using creative strategies like this to help those that want to take over and really take their business to the next level for 2019. And guys, if this is all great and you don't want to sit here and learn and set up ad campaigns, Doug manages our agency side. Reach out to Doug. It's Doug at convertedlead.com. Doug, M-I-L-E-M. Find him on Facebook. Message us. Post Insurance Hustle. We have turnkey programs where we'll manage the whole thing for you. We'll do the incentive ads for you. We'll do the drawings and literally manage the whole process for you if you guys are interested. But I wanted to share this with you guys because it's not something, again, that I have done public yet. I haven't talked about incentives on any other platform other than with paid clients. And I wanted to give you guys as members of my Facebook groups and following our page, really kind of show you and maybe get your wheels turning on some of the different ways. But again, if you post a giveaway or post a review on one of my pages, I'm going to give you 10 ways to use these incentives. And it just doesn't necessarily have to be the vacation, but incentives in general, from generating more referrals to leveraging them with your real estate agents and loan officers to get more referrals from them, get more referral customers, how to cross-sell your existing book, how to get people from organic posts on Facebook, how to use paid campaigns, how to use LinkedIn, how to use video, Instagram, and Facebook. All of these different ways that you can leverage these. You can also use them. Doug and his team used them as motivators to hit sales incentives, and we're going to give you a trip to Branson or a trip to Vegas or wherever. But guys, it's really important. I will also send you a copy of this presentation so that you guys can have it. If you have any questions, just let us know. Appreciate your time. Doug, anything you want to add before we head out?
Yeah, I was just going to add on to kind of what you were saying there with this. Like you said, we were totally unprepared for these results. But even with that, in 90 days, being able to write, we wrote $92,000 in premium off of this. So, you spread that over the course of a year, and, even unprepared, that's, almost $400,000 in premium written right there. And then I wanted to show kind of some of this one right here. We did one for baseball tickets after we implemented some of those processes. It was a lot shorter run. it was a lot shorter run, and it was a little bit more niche. But we still got 64 results. Out of this, we were able to close 22% with some of the follow-up process we got in place with that. You guys can kind of see the difference there in after the processes were in place, our closing percentage went up, quite significantly with that. And so, out of 64 leads, closing 24%, it was 15, 16 clients right there that we were able to close out of that 64. And we wrote $21,000 in premium off of that in a month's time. So, the money's there, and like Sean said, we that 855 kicked our butt. So it forced us to learn how to adjust the sales process and adjust the follow up for sure.
Awesome. So like I said, guys, we're gonna give you a couple days here. Got a couple bonus offers. We're gonna do a 30-day mastermind for those who sign up for the at joinadbait.com. Those of you that sign up, we're gonna give you a free mastermind. Just send me the confirmation that you joined. I'll get you in the group, and we're gonna bang out 30 days. We're gonna start it next week. So get started with your 7-day trial. And then we're going to show you how to use this. And then from there on, if you want to continue working with us, it's just $99 a month. You can keep going with the coaching calls. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and join the ad boost, and then just drop me an email, and we'll give you the next mastermind, because we're going to do it one more time here in a couple months. But to those of you that want to finish strong, and you want to skip the nonsense and save yourself a shitload of money, not joining expensive masterminds, I'm going to do this one time for you guys for 30 days free. Just get signed up, send me your notification, and let's get going.